Hi Sunday School friends, it's Mrs. Russo. Welcome to Crafts with me. I'm happy to do them with you today, and I want to give you a little bit of background because we're going to be making like little wooden stick frames, and then we're going to be wrapping some yarn around them. And I think that this is kind of a little bit of a science project and a craft because I've given you, well, Mother Cameron's given you glue dots. Mine are in a roll. But these are just dots that are gluey on both sides. They're kind of like gel. So we're going to put them on the corners. We're going to put them on the corners. Mine goes like this. You stick it on the corners of the popsicle stick, and then it just comes off on the stick. And then you can put another one on there. Like that. There's one. And we're going to put them at a 90-degree angle. That means a right angle. Where if you were to complete it, it would be a little square. Yeah? That means they're orthogonal. That's a fancy word, right? Okay, let's do the other corner. Find another dot. Put it on your corner. Smush, smush, smush. Peel it off carefully. And attach another popsicle stick orthogonally at a 90-degree angle. Now I have a U, or goalposts. Okay, now I've got two more up here. I'm going to need two glue dots there to make my final square. Actually, I need them on this side. One, peel it off carefully. Two, this is a lot easier than having them dry, waiting for them to dry. But there's one thing that's a little trickier, which is what the lesson is actually about. Okay, I'm going to smush it down really hard here. Let me turn my camera so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to smush it down. There. Smush, 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 smush. Now I'm going to choose to do another layer. Because I have some extras. If you have extras laying around, you may use those. These are all my things that we need. Okay, here we go. Let's make another layer, but this one's going to go down onto the first layer. I'm going to build it almost like a log cabin. Smush, 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 smush. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Squeeze it, smush it, peel it off. Squeeze it, smush it, peel it off. And then on the other side, making like a log cabin. And this is going to be a sturdy frame. Let's try the last two. 4 on the bottom to make a square. And then 4 on the top to make a square. And that makes 8 total. 4 plus 4 equals 8. That's a doubles problem. You got to memorize those puppies because they come up all the time. Smush, 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 smush. Okay, last one. We've got 7. We're 1 away from 8. Peel it off carefully. Ooh, that one doesn't want to come. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, he really likes being on the little waxed paper there. Okay, smush, 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 smush. Oh, Mrs. Russo, look what I just did. I put glue on this side and then glue on the opposite side. That's not going to work. Take it off of this one. Ooh, I'm not going to be able to reuse it. Rats. Well, that's okay. I've got some extras. Let's try that last one again. I got a little bit too hasty there. Smush, 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 smush. And squeeze it. Okay, now we've got our length of brown thread. Now my brown thread might be a different, or not thread, yarn, might be a different color than yours. And, oh, there it is. Okay, so how we're going to do this, friends, oh, that's not what I thought it was. Oh, Nelly. This month, this week, sorry, while I'm disentangling, I'm going to chat. This week, we've been talking about trusting in the Lord. Trusting in the Lord. And we've read two books together about monks who have gone through some serious trials and tribulations. Yes, and they didn't have enough to eat. They ran out of food. They didn't have electricity. Their furnace broke. There was a lot of things going on, yet they were still able to praise God. Yeah? We sang and danced to the Lord's Prayer, which is something that we say all the time, and that asks us for the give us today our daily bread, which, if you remember, that means whatever we need. It doesn't actually, well, it does mean bread, but anything that we need, including bread. We've also, if you've already done music, I put a song in there from Bible school a few years ago that's about also trusting God. Yes, that we can trust. That's the sign for trust. That's why the kids kept doing that. You can trust God, right? So that's about trusting too. And we talked about John the Baptizer trusting what he was doing in the wilderness, baptizing people, and knowing that he was preparing the way for something that was greater than him, but he didn't quite know what, but he trusted. We've talked about Mother Mary trusting that the Lord was doing the best for her and for the world when she was carrying baby Jesus in her belly. And we've talked about the prophets trusting that the Lord was going to provide this Messiah for them. All through time, they were waiting, proclaiming this good news, trusting that eventually it would happen. And it did. Baby Jesus came. And so here we are still waiting for baby Jesus to come, trusting that the Lord will provide yet again the salvation, the Messiah for us. Now, we've been letting our frame, our square frame, 4 equal sides, 4 equal corners, orthogonal, right angles. We've been letting that sit. Okay, we've smushed that down a little bit. And I have my brown yarn. Now, I'm going to have to decide how strong to wrap this around. We're going to wrap the yarn around. I'm going to put a tiny little bit of a glue dot on the middle of one, just so my yarn doesn't slip around too terribly much. If you can hold it with your finger, though, that's fine. And I'm going to leave a little bit of yarn to tie the end off, okay? And I'm just going to smush my yarn right onto that first glue dot, and then I'm going to start wrapping this way. Now, I'm going to trust my glue dots, but I'm also going to make sure I don't pull too tightly. I don't want to pull too tightly, and then you can decide how many times you want to go around. That looks about good for me. Okay, now I'm going to twist this on the inside, because then I'm going to start going the other way. If you want to snip it and start on the other side, you can too. Actually, I might do that just because mine is like a whole big pile here. And I don't know how much I'm going to need. Here we go. I'll make it like yours. Because yours, I believe, is just enough. So I'm going to take this through. Woohoo! Yours is probably, hopefully, still in a ball. Mine is not. Okay, I'm going to twist it around this way. And I'm going to start going like a cross. Okay? Because while baby Jesus came to us in the manger, he was destined for the cross to save us. Now, I didn't pull too tight, even though I do trust these. I'm not here to test the Lord. That just doesn't seem like a good plan, Stan. So I'm just going to not pull too tightly. I'm going to clip off. I don't need any more there. You want to see what I'm doing? Okay. And now this little part that I left out, I'm going to bring it right here to the center. I'm going to twist it around this middle part. There's not a one right or wrong way to do this, friends. If you have a different way, do it. And I'm going to make a knot right here. Gosh, my hand keeps getting in the way, doesn't it? There we go. You can see. I'm just going to pinch it. And then I'm going to cut off those little edges. Now, you've also been given some buttons. I picked out some buttons from my collection here. That's pretty bright. There we go. And we're going to put them right in the center to cover that knot using more glue dots. Or if you're out of glue dots, totally cool to use regular plain old glue. Now I chose these colors because the person I'm giving this to is kind of fiery and spicy. So I wanted reds and pinks and oranges on this cross. I'm going to put mine in the center, but you can put yours wherever you want. This is yours to give to somebody special or to keep for yourself, but I would suggest trying to give it to somebody special since we are in the season of giving. Ooh, I've got one more tiny little purple one here. I'm going to put it on right here. Now you can also decide if you want to write a special message around the outside. You've got space to write it around the edges. There's my little frame. So you can write, maybe, you can trust God. Maybe. You can write, give us this day our daily bread. That'd be a good way to remember the Lord's Prayer, that part in the Lord's Prayer that we studied this week. You could do whatever you want. But this would be a lovely gift or a lovely reminder to yourself to trust in the Lord. The Lord will provide. Have fun making it, guys. Bye.